strike and he's ready to go. Noodle on his left, Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Woo! Good morning, Bakers. What's going on? What's going on in the chat right now? Just popped out the chat, feeling good about that. Hope everyone had a good weekend, big baseball weekend. Again, it's August, dog days. Some NFL preseason, don't care. Some basketball summer league, don't care, except for the silly stories. Like our guy Deuce that wore his jersey just to dinner or whatever. That's awesome. Deuce McBride, Nick's draft pick. I genuinely feel like I'd be that guy. Like, I don't know, young dude in Vegas, just got buckets.
We're gonna love Deuce.
Remind a couple people you get buckets in the NBA. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I did. Big family weekend for me. We had some family up from Florida. We had my nephew, baby Emmett, the Fox, down from Syracuse. And it was nice. It was nice. A lot of moving parts. Stayed at a nice residence inn because my mother's moving houses. So there's a lot of moving parts. Had a nice weekend, especially feeding off of the Field of Dreams game, I guess was where my brain was going off that. Thursday night was pretty awesome. We had a pretty fun time. We had a pretty fun time Thursday, a little adventure that you guys will see some content from soon. Some back alley at bat stuff. You'll see. I'm not giving anything away.
That's really a secret.
Not really secretive, yeah. So that was fun. We got back. Field of Dreams was just kicking off, so we were just getting the pregame updates on our phone, but that was fun. And then a wild game. And they said most watched game in 16 years or something like that?
Regular season.
Most watched regular season baseball game in 16 years. Did they say what the other one was? Is that dumb? I don't know. I just saw the fun fact.
I saw that. Yeah.
We
saw the same tweet.
I was wondering how you get that number. Like,
there's got to be some stipulation.
Like legal streams? Who knows? Either way, baseball hot in the streets, and there was a lot that went down this weekend around the great sport of baseball. Me and BBD were eyeing. You know what, BBD? I'm going to do a quick fake game of the night. New segment. Quick fake game of the night.
Quick fake game of the night.
Quick fake game of the night, and we are heading to Detroit. And here's your quick fake game of the night, BBD. Because guess what? Fuzzies, Cleveland Indians, soon to be the Guardians. They had a nice day. They put up 11 runs at the plate. Austin Hedges doing it. Jose Ramirez home run. Ahmed Rosario triple. Jose Ramirez double. They put up 11 in the first 3. That's not the story. I'm gonna friend of the pot it. Tristan McKenzie. He had a no going. 8 innings. He ends up giving a hit. 1 hit, 11 Ks. We saw Tristan McKenzie earlier this year, and his stuff just looked off, which when you're a string bean on the mound, is kind of a tough look.
He's so young.
So young. He's so narrow. Like, it's not shots fired. He just is. I think he's got to admit that. And he did some sequence. He's been around John Boy Media. So shout out to Tristan McKenzie for having a great start. It kind of isn't going to tie into anything we're going to talk about with the NL East, the AL East. Tatis is back. Holy smokes. We probably should have thrown that in a couple headlines. We'll save that for talking baseball maybe. Well, we'll talk about it on here. I'm talking headlines. Shout out Tristan McKenzie. Incredible start. And Jake Snakes. Tyler Gilbert. Might hear about him a lot in the next hour or two of John Boy Media. The fake Jake game of the night was brought to you by Cushy Dreams. You guys know we love Cushy Dreams. If you heard me on Talking Yanks last night, you know that I forgot my Cushy Dreams when I went back to Connecticut this weekend, so Poppy was having trouble sleeping. So, I mean, this is real life, people. I was away for the weekend, did not have my Cushy Dreams, and Poppy woke up at 4 a.m., dog barking in the hotel, couldn't really go back to bed. When I tell you, I dug through my luggage to try to find my Cushy Dreams. I dug through it. I swear it was the only thing I tried to pack, and I forgot it. So, hey, if you're someone that's looking to get more sleep or better sleep, try out Cushy Dreams, man. Seriously, that's only one of the things it does. I mean, they have their Relax, they have their Dreams CBD, 100% legal. Don't have to worry about that. Or they got other stuff too, Create, Energy. So if there's something in your lifestyle that you're looking for a little extra juice, whether that's going up or going down, check out Cushy Dreams CBD. Or if you have someone in your life, like, give it to them. They'll give it a chance. Light it up on the back patio, baby. Cushy Dreams. Go to cushydreams.com. Promo code Jake, Jake. It's my name. 20% off your next order. Doesn't have to be your first, your last, your next order. Go try out Cushy Dreams, man. They're awesome. Promo code Jake, 20% off. So that was the fake Jake game of the night. We didn't have a super... Nothing jumped out from yesterday. I mean, there's some important results, but none of the games were like, whoa. Like, I guess the Braves game half was, and we're going to talk about them a lot, but the Nats
McKenzie performance
Nats
was a
are
story.
dying. Yeah, so, like, Tristan probably wasn't going to get standout, so we'll give him the game of the night. Twins beat the Rays 5-4. BBD, how are you, beautiful man?
Doing well. I was out on Friday. Got recognized once in front of my first time it happened in front of my friends, so that was cool. And then two guys that I ran into from my old job were there, and they came over and said hi. And
Wow.
But my friends didn't know that I just knew them before. So to them, 3 people recognized me that night. So that was big. I was looking at the charts, and I saw this show was up to 34 on baseball shows. So that made me pretty happy.
Uh-oh.
So look out, talking baseball. We're
Watch
coming.
Watch out. We're on your ass baseball pod today.
So it's a good Friday night for me. Yankees were off.
Huge. Yankees were off Friday. I keep forgetting that.
And then they won on Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, man. How about that? I truly wasn't expecting that. We did do Talking Yanks last night. I know a lot of you tune into that. Yeah, man. The Yanks keep surviving, and today's going to be a weird one game versus the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Makeup game from earlier this year that got rained out before they play 3 in 2 days against the Boston Red Sox. Doubleheader and then a nightcap Wednesday night, so that's going to be exciting. Meanwhile, let's start out wide. Tampa Bay Rays are still in first place in the American League East. They are 3 games up on the Red Sox. If you listen to us here or you listen to us on Talking Baseball, you know, we've become a big schedule pod. Schedules in sports have gotten a lot more shame. I think it started in NFL because that's the easiest. If you look at 4 games and you see the Bengals, who else has just perennially sucked? If it's like Bengals, Bears, Jets, and another bad team.
Dolphins.
Yeah. Like, if you look back at a 4-team stretch and you're like, wow, they're on a 4-game win streak, or even 3-1 or 4-1. And then you see those teams, you're like, ah. And then if you see a team played, and again, this is going back, well, we'll say the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Packers, Seahawks, and a team goes 1-3, that makes a lot of sense. It's who you play. Lions. Lions would a good example for a bad team. Tom Ace, my guy in the chat. NBA has gotten better with it. If you see a team goes 8-2 and you see that they played a lot of the horrible teams.
The horrible teams, like the good teams, are missing a guy or on a back-to-back.
It's something I give this dude a lot of credit. He's, in the sports talk world, he's one of my idols, Ryan Russillo. He opened a lot of people's eyes with that in NBA. A lot of times that teams were winning games, he'd say, like, really look at it. And especially with rest days in the NBA now. So if your one good game on the schedule was the Lakers, but LeBron and AD didn't play, then that game was absolutely nothing. We are bringing it to baseball because schedule shaming needs to be more of a thing. And shaming's probably the wrong word, but schedule appreciation.
Appreciation's because it's not the team's fault they're not playing good teams.
No, you play the schedule. So the Red Sox played the Orioles this weekend, and they swept them and they rolled up on them. And good. The Orioles stink. Red Sox
won. That was
won.
their plan going into the week.
They won 8-1, 16-2, 6-2. And Sale and Schwarber are back. So the Red Sox needed that in a big way. And kind of like the Yanks, who have been playing a good brand of baseball, all of both of those teams' emotions are going into this doubleheader / one more game, 3-game set.
They're set up for that.
We will find out. That being said, they're 3 back of the race. The Red Sox are still in contention for first place in the AL East as of today. The Yankees are 5.5 games back of the race, 2.5 back of the Red Sox and the Athletics for the wild card spot, with the Blue Jays 2 games back of them. So they're 4.5 out. Man, the Jays have a lot of work to do and a lot of good teams in front of them.
The 2 of the teams are in division. You're going to play them.
Right. So, we're very much still in this. Good for the Red Sox getting their wins. Good for Sale being back. That's potentially huge for them.
Yankees miss him, right?
He pitched Saturday.
He's going to pitch like the day after.
Yeah, probably Thursday.
I'm sure he'll be full. He'll probably be full go, no restrictions by the next time they play him.
Because after that they play the light hitting Texas Rangers, so maybe they map that out a little bit. I don't.
They're goosing him on the way back. We don't want to tell you they're goosed.
Don't say they're goosing him. So hey, Sale getting his first 2 starts against the Orioles and Texas Rangers. I actually really like that and appreciate that. That's probably smart. Anyways. So the AL East still a lot of fun. The Yankees are 1 game back in the loss column of the Boston Red Sox. That being said, we do say that the Red Sox are 4 games ahead in the win column. So, Yankees have to win some ball games. And that's going to be the story the rest of the year, and that probably sounds dumb. Ooh, Orioles are on at least a 10-game losing streak. Let's see. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The Yankees are their last win.
Okay, so Yankees are their last win, Monday, August 2nd. So it is just 10 up. So
the heart of your team.
Whoa. That was me? Over it. AL East is going to be a lot of fun. Yankees and Red Sox, again, Tuesday, Wednesday. Circle that. That should be must-watch. Really exciting.
We're talking Sale Goosen. Looked if I just
to be
counted
fair,
right.
You're talking Sale Goose.
Yes, looks like he gets Rangers, Cleveland, and then I think he's gonna get back-to-back Rays starts.
Okay.
So I don't know if they went that far on purpose or it's gonna be Rays and White Sox.
Okay.
So that seems to be what he's in line for.
At some point, you got to face him, and he. All reports. I didn't watch the game. I was just tracking my Red Sox fans. They said he looks solid. I think the fastball's down a tick, but they've expected that. And, for Sale, that's not as important as a lot of guys because Sale throws from a disgusting arm angle. So that's going to be very interesting to track for the rest of their season. And Schwarber's back. And go look at Schwarber's hot streak and his career numbers. Kyle Schwarber's good.
He had a bad April, and then I think he started the year with COVID stuff, and then if I remember right, that's what he was at the beginning, and he's on fire. He was the story of baseball for 3 weeks.
And look at the baseball reference. That dude can hit. So that will be interesting. Kicking it to the AL Central, the White Sox get a little beat up by the Yankees. The Field of Dreams game, they obviously have the awesome comeback, but they probably shouldn't have come back. Their bullpen, which we've talked about how fierce that is, got hit up by the Yankees a little. A couple guys that have been hit by the Yankees in the past, so as a Yankee fan, you hope that's something important later on this year. For the White Sox, and I think what's going to be really interesting, and it's been my shower thoughts of late, is how does this season wind down? Because bullpens are starting to get gassed. The Yankees bullpen is gassed. The Red Sox bullpen is gassed. The White Sox. Like, if you're a reliever and you've pitched this whole season, you should be tired. Last year was a 60-game season. So, the White Sox, who have a 10-game division lead, they're going to be able to do whatever they want down the stretch. They're going to be able to line up their rotation. They're going to be able to line up their bullpen. And I wonder how important that is. Because if the Yankees have to battle to the end and they need Johnny and Chad to pitch back-to-backs, that feels like it could be very important, especially this postseason.
Once you get to a series.
So I'm circling that. Good for the Yankees. They showed some fight.
I guess fortunately on the Yankees bullpen front, and let's get there before even like daydreaming, but the starting pitching as a whole seems to be stronger than it's been at any point in this window. So, and again, they have another month to play of things change quick. But
no, I mean, if I was going to say
at the top to bottom, believe
if the playoffs start tomorrow, which is a little bit of a lie because Cole and Montgomery are coming off of COVID stuff, but I mean, Cole, Tyone, Monty, and Nestor, who deserves to be in the mix, although if there's a playoff start tomorrow, let's not pretend we'd be like, here comes your sixth shutty, you know?
Nestor,
you'd be nervous until it happens. But yeah, and that's Sevy gets a setback, which in my head is probably the final shot in the foot, although like nothing sounded bad. It sounded like Sevy just...
I think we're going to find out
today.
Right,
we find out today, but, you know, you can't assume it's good when guys coming off TJ, and this is a second setback now. So,
and the first one wasn't arm related; he had the groin thing,
right?
But now it's an arm related issue.
Yeah, and I mean, hey,
I think they said shoulder.
Knock on wood, he was getting warmed up to start, and he said it just didn't feel great, right? Like
he said something felt off.
Yeah, so hey, that's kind of the point of rehabbing, like.
He identified it, and hopefully that means you avoid something disastrous.
But it is August 16th, so even if that's
as is around that time,
if you take another week, you have another bullpen, you do another rehab start. We're September, and if you need more than that, it's so.
Might be getting Kluber back, and if he's what he was doing earlier this year, that's a guy you trust. Maybe not.
Or it's another body,
life,
you know. Especially to get through the regular season. So, Yanks are having some of the fun. Still not in the playoffs, though, and part of that reason is the Oakland Athletics, still 8-2 in their last 10. Holy smokes, they're 2.5 back of Houston. The Athletics, they lost the series to Texas, so that's not good. And they're going to face the White Sox and the Giants. Okay, that's going to be an interesting topic on Talking Baseball today. Oakland coming up on a tough stretch with the Yankees and Red Sox nipping at their heels and their nose.
Close losses to the Rangers, too, it looks like.
So Yankees fans will go to instantly rooting for the White Sox to bounce back. So that's huge. Houston, they still have a lead in the division. Did they beat the Angels? They did. Because they're a better team than the Angels, and that's what happens. Houston goes on to face the Royals and then the Mariners, which I believe the Mariners, they beat the Blue Jays this weekend, right? Something like that.
That sounds familiar. The A's have a pretty brutal just rest of the season schedule on paper.
Get out of here, Oakland A's.
4 against White Sox, Giants. 2 games set against the Mariners, who they've got to have that circled, and they, at the point of that series, will still think they're alive. Then Yankees, Tigers, who've been surprising. I think they have both their Blue Jays series coming. Their only respite is another Rangers series, Royals,
just
Angels.
Lost too. If you're an Oakland A's fans, cover your ears. Eat shit, Oakland. That would make the rest of my year a lot more fun. So, That's kind of the AL and the National League. Brew Crew ate up on the Reds. The Cardinals are sneaking up on the Reds. I wanted the Cardinals. They have an easy stretch. They have an easy stretch. They swept the Royals. I think they swept the Pirates. I told them win 9 in a row, and I'll talk about you. They've got a huge series coming up against the Brewers. At home, 3 games. You got to survive. If the Cardinals win 2 out of 3 against the Brewers, they then play the Pirates, the Tigers, and the Pirates again. And they have so much work to do. They have so much work to do, but I asked them to win 9 in a row, and they're trying, so I appreciate that.
At the end of that stretch, it's very plausible that they're the team behind the Padres. Padres, they got Tatis back, and it's all good, and you don't not believe in them, but just they haven't taken over.
Them wild card standings.
I'm looking at there are 2 games back of Cincy, 4.5 back of San Diego. They've more than survived that stretch. They got to start thinking fun stuff.
I guess, yeah. How about this? In sports, we love comparing shit. Someone write that down. The Toronto Blue Jays, who we haven't been giving a ton of love to, but they're 4.5 games back. They're a scary team. We like their talent. Couple hot weeks.
Lights out for them.
Couple hot weeks, 4.5 games turns to 1.5, and bang, you're the Blue Jays. You're in the mix. St. Louis Cardinals are 4.5 games back of the Padres. Now chasing them down and hunting is going to be tough. And Tatis,
same number of teams between them and
right
that Toronto has.
Tatis just came back, so that is huge for the Padres. But the Padres, man, they are 10 games back of the San Francisco Giants. 10.
6 back of L.A.
The Padres cannot win the NL West. Over.
Even if the Giants fall out, you're not catching them and the Dodgers.
The Giants could come as close to full collapse as possible, and the Padres would not catch them.
And even if they caught them, they're not winning the division. Dodgers.
And the Dodgers are 6 games up. They just got Scherzer and Turner. They just swept the Mets this weekend. Like, you're not catching the Dodgers. If you're the Padres, you just got Tatis back. They have a losing record on the road this year. Wow.
Wow.
If you're the Padres, Tatis is back. They're playing 3 at Colorado, which, by the way, the Rockies have been good in Colorado this year. Not good. They're fabulous. Then they play the Phillies, Dodgers. This is going to be an interesting week. This is going to be an interesting week and a half for the San Diego Padres. Do not let the Reds or Cardinals into the dance, man, because you're going to be fighting the whole way. Thank you for Jorge in the chat. Happy Monday, Papi Gordo. I appreciate that.
They just lost Darvish. Jill mentioned that in the chat.
Scary times in San Diego. Tatis better go nut job, and guess what? He did.
He did. And
came back and hit 2 homers.
Lost? Am I remembering that right?
I thought they won that game.
Did they win last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because my Serpientes won the day before. A little no-no. I'll probably talk about that. He's got to be bro of the night, right?
I think with the tweet I saw was they still lost the series.
Yes. To my Snakes. Snake up, baby. Snakes are 38 and 81. Goo! That's bad. BBD, the other story, and I think I got to go get some stats after this. Because on Friday, Talking Baseball, I gave out an award about the Braves infield. Many fake shots fired at BBD. The Braves infield went nuts against the Nationals. And a lot of people are going nuts against the Nationals, so it's not like bragging rights.
Supposed to.
But the guys who happen to do it, Albies, Dansby, young, thick Austin Riley. I actually didn't see Freddie, but I'm assuming Freddie was okay.
I think he got a homer at some point in
Freddie
there.
Freeman, I doubt, went 0 for 16. That's kind of not what he does. Dansby had a 2-dinger day. The Braves sweep the Nationals after taking 2 out of 3 from the Reds And after they won their last series against the Nationals, they swept the Cardinals. The Braves have some good juju going, man. They currently have the NL East lead. They are a game up on the Philadelphia Phillies. They are 2.5 games on the New York Mets, who are back to a game above 500. Remember when we talked about how important them sweeping the Nats was? This is why. They lose 2 extra inning games to the Dodgers at home. Absolutely brutal. The Dodgers were 1-11, I believe, in extra inning games coming into the series, and they win 2 of them. And then the Mets fly out west after Sunday Night Baseball to go face the Giants today. Who knows what time they landed? Like, you probably leave the East Coast at what?
Let's say they get right out of there. You're still
midnight 1.
Let's give them benefit of the doubt. It's midnight. You're still,
and you are saving hours along the way. But so you land 4 a.m. West Coast time.
Yeah. By the time you get to the hotel,
you go to the hotel. You sleep till 1, and then
noon.
So I know there was rumors they were complaining, and rightfully so. You kind of shouldn't play the Sunday night East Coast
if you're about
baseball
to fly
game
across
before you
the
fly
country.
West Coast. And they're going to face those San Francisco Giants, who
do the Dodgers have?
continue to have
Dodgers
the best
also had
record
to
in
go
baseball.
home, so they can't be happy either.
Come on, baseball. Look what I just clicked. It's hilarious. Just clicked a tiny Mets logo by accident, and it looked funny on the screen.
Dodgers are playing the Pirates. They don't care. Boom.
So Mets have 10 more games. Giants, Dodgers. You got to go like 5-5 at least. And if they do, again, their schedule gets easy. But 5-5 against those teams is tough. Is tough.
You got to not undoable, but
No. Phillies, they lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds as the Reds try to stay as close to the Padres as possible. Jill Hempel, the best. She said Stroman tweeted out they got in about 3 hours ago. So that would be, it's 11 Eastern.
so
that's 8
8
Eastern.
our time, 5.
Which is 5 Pacific. Okay, so our math was close. We were all around it.
So 6 o'clock by the
So
time
again,
they
like,
get in.
picture
to
what
the
that
hotel.
actually means. Like, you get to your hotel at 5. That doesn't mean you fall asleep at 5. The sun's coming up. So it's 6 a.m. The sun's coming up. You're trying to go to sleep. And then you probably have to be at the field at, coach probably gives you a little more time, but I don't know, 2?
You just got to get yourself
That's
ready.
brutal, man. That's brutal. So Mets are in it now. How about the Reds beating the Phils? It's interesting. What do the Phillies have coming up? Phillies play my Snakes in the desert, so watch out for that. Then Padres and Rays. Holy smokes. And then back to the Snakes. So, okay. NL East, the rest of the way is going to be a story. I mean, and this is just honesty hour, and Mets fans don't want to hear this. Like, the Mets are the team. I think the Braves are going to be in it till the end. I think the Phillies are going to be in it to the end.
You just believe in those teams to be good enough to be in the mix.
That by the final 2 weeks of the season, they have a chance.
The Mets seem to have the biggest.
They have a
fallout
collapse
ability.
opportunity, and that's just honest. So hopefully they don't. I genuinely enjoy the Mets. My Pete Alonso love, the part that's fake about my Pete Alonso love is that me and him are so different. You kind of can't find 2 different creatures. But I love it, man. Him jazzing up the crowd like it's a Little League game. It's what you want, man. That's what you dream of from one of your best players, is to care that much. And it's genuine. It's so genuine. It's oddly genuine.
I
part of the problem.
truly love Pete.
It's so genuine. I
Adult Pete.
didn't think
Trevor May's cool.
like a 27-year-old could be that genuinely like excitable on a baseball field. So the Braves, Phillies are going to be in it. Mets can be. Survive the West Coast trip. We'll see. Really would have liked to get one of those extra inning games, if not both.
I think DeGrom either got another MRI or is going for another one. If you don't have him, even if you get that, you need him.
Yeah, let's see. What happens if I Google Jacob DeGrom? Jacob DeGrom, what are his options? The rest won't throw for at least 2 more weeks, 2 days ago. I mean, guys, won't throw for 2 more weeks is September.
He already went from, he's already been shut down 4 weeks as of 2 days ago.
That sucks.
He hasn't thrown in a month.
That sucks. And hey, Mets fans, if you don't like us yelling about schedule, how about Lindor and DeGrom being hurt?
They've been hurt all year. They weren't able to
schedule.
Even while things were rolling, they were so injured you couldn't get ahead. It's not their fault. Just it's what happens.
That's tough. I'm drinking some Braves Kool-Aid. I think that's a well-run organization. They still have a lot of talent, even though they're missing a lot of talent.
Last few years.
And on the other side of that, and I guess that's where this turns into shots fired at Philly, is they have the longest playoff drought in baseball. And, so Dombrowski's there. I love the Gibby move. Harper's playing like a nut job. But if you ask me, just general feel, not eyeballing the complete schedule, I lean Braves over Phils for now. Let me see I want to see Fangraph's fake numbers on it. Because I do think the Braves jumped them. In Fangraphs, it has the Braves as 45% to win the division, Phillies 39, Mets 15. Hello.
Phillies having Kennedy now, who hasn't been that good for them. Although his last 3 appearances were scoreless, at least.
Let's go.
But 3 of the first 4. So I'm sure they were mad.
Oh, Tampa. Why did I just click Tampa? They have Baltimore coming up, so they'll win another 4 games. And the White Sox. Oh, nice. Now I'm just clicking around like a madman. Central, we talked about those teams. West Coast, Giants just deserve more love every series. They just took 2 out of 3 from the 3 out of 4 from the Rockies. They just win every series. I guess you could spin this: Mets, A's, Mets, Braves, Brewers, okay, Dodgers, okay.
Rocks on the road,
Cubs, and then Padres. Okay, this is interesting. The Giants have a tough
Cubs
streak.
Is Chris Bryant coming home too, so that one don't include.
That doesn't count, but depending how you feel about the Mets, who, hey, they're a team playing with their back against the wall. They're a cat in an alley right now. Mets, A's, Mets, Braves, Brewers, Dodgers. And then at Colorado, which, again, doesn't mean something, but does mean something this year. Holy smokes, our G-men are about to enter their final test. Wow, I'm excited. And boy, I would not be shocked if by the time they play the Dodgers, those games decide first place again.
I guess if they played right now,
how do you pick against the Dodgers? That's tough. Giants fans, Giants team, continue to prove everyone wrong. Because if you use logic, it's still hard to pick the Giants. But at least they're still, dude, they're going to end up in a 1-game playoff to decide their season. Against who?
Padres, who I think everyone would, in 1 game, I think everyone's would pick the Padres over them. If Tatis is there.
Who would get the ball for San Diego at this point? Musgrove? Snell? Snell's got the playoff reputation. Musgrove's been good.
I don't know if he's been. I know Snell had his best start as a Padre in the last 2 weeks, but
that sucks. Giants, prove me wrong. Fend off the Dodgers the whole year and have an incredible season.
Snell's been good in August.
Snell's coming back. Okay. God, baseball's brutal. The 1-game wild card has to go. Figure out a way. Play 2 3-game wild cards or something. It's just not fair. It's fun. Yeah. It's not fair. It's not great for the sport. They want more playoff teams. Do more wild card stuff.
Do the Japan model everyone talks about.
Yeah.
The top seed only has to win 1.
Or that one. Remember when Costas yelled the full formula at us? That was
Yeah.
like a Japan-American hybrid that he was just like, oh, you
And we
guys
were like,
wanna,
oh, that was really good and really well thought out, and I forgot it.
you guys want to
immediately.
play out for it? We should have, like, Kyle just clip that
You can go find
and
that.
post it every day. That's kind of the baseball. Anything else in baseball, BBD?
I think we've talked about everything in baseball to talk about.
And we will be doing more of that in about 50 minutes. 50 minutes. We're doing Talking Baseball. 169 watching right now. I know BBD likes that. Speaking of what BBD likes, he likes comments. He likes baking the algorithm. In last episode, it was before the Field of Dreams. The Braves had just entered first place. We called Brian Hoke as he was on his journey. And to be fair, BBD, which you know I don't like, we started a trend. Brian Hoke went on WFAN. He got a Sports Illustrated article. Was there like a Yahoo article?
He wrote his own article about
He wrote
it.
his own article.
Which, you know what?
that's just
That one
smart.
fair.
That one, we'll give him that one.
He can do that
him
one.
that one.
Did you Saturday, the batting practice show? He got like, it was like 2 minutes longer than I think he thought it was gonna be with Nancy Newman.
Oh, okay.
So it's just, like I happened to catch all of it, and it was really nice.
I love that. Hoke is the best. Matthew Nauer on the topic says Jake timed BBD OnlyFans coming soon. It's been discussed. Let's see. Fresh Juice said yes. Give me Field of Dreams game. Give me a Sandlot game. Give me a League of Their Own game where Rosie O'Donnell yells encouragement from the sidelines. Yeah, I mean, the reply to it is, "Are you crying?" And they reply back, "Always." So that's just low key good YouTube comments, which
That's
is rare.
the comment of the day.
Yeah, man, Field of Dreams was such a win. I mean, at this point, you've probably heard us talk about it. Man, yeah, I think where we landed on Talking Baseball, just logistics-wise, it's easy if they do, like, every 3 years. So you do Field of Dreams for 3 years, and then you do Grand
if you're
Canyon
gonna go,
game
like,
for 3
building
years.
a
Right, if
stadium.
you're going to do it legit and you're going to have AAU tourneys come and, like, use it and make it a good thing, that's probably the best way.
You can sell it to some. You can get some college conference tournament.
They should do like they should do a U.S. one of these every year. They should do like a Caribbean one of these every year. Like baseball and life and content and stuff has become so event based that like do more events as long as it's not crazy stressful. Like if you have a team that was going to go play the Miami Marlins, like go to one of the islands anyways. Like there's ways to do it right that I think if you gave me and BBD 4 hours, we could give you a pretty decent plan.
We can probably give you an alt site for like every team to have like a kind of home game, so it's easiest for like their fans to get there.
You know, we did the Cuba game. That was such a huge. Was that a spring training game in Cuba? Where like Barack was there? Do you remember that? It was like a huge thing, and then I feel like they haven't done anything else. And I think we're like boys with Cuba now, right?
I think
Like
we're on
people
good
vacation
terms.
there
Like
regularly.
I know people who like do travel stuff. Say like go to Cuba soon because it's gonna become like modernized.
Oh right,
Like it's gonna
right.
be like very resorty.
Right.
And, like it'll just be like any other Caribbean island if you're vacationing.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. That's what people have said to me.
Yeah.
But
Alex Stepinski in the chat. 162 games gives you a lot of wiggle room. Yeah. Let's be honest. 162 baseball games can be redundant sometimes. Mix it up. Have fun. And that's the thing with the Field of Dreams game where it was one game. Like, it looked like the ball was flying out well to right field. It didn't look like, oh my God, the ball is flying out to right field. But
might have mixed
every
some
time
old
you set
balls.
up one of these, there's going to be something. And that's why you do one game. Both teams are there. It's one game. Figure it out.
Yeah.
So good
But
job,
if you want to make
baseball.
it a full series, go ahead. But
Sure. We'll figure
you
it
built
out.
the stadium.
It's there. Man, we're up to 365 subs. If you're listening, please sub to the YouTube. Why not? We'll be at 4, 5, 10.
Helps everything.
A million. Bake the algorithm. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Wherever you're listening or watching. So appreciate you guys. That brings us to the bro of the night. I'm going to do this Band-Aid style. I may be talking about this guy a little bit today, although I haven't claimed my standout performance in talking baseball, so he might have already been snagged. I'm wearing my Serpientes jersey that the Arizona Diamondbacks got me, the City Connect jersey. I always forget Connect, so I'm glad I remembered it. Yes, and I think I will be talking about him. Tyler Gilbert, my dude, threw a no-hitter in his first career start. He had 3 relief appearances before that. 27-year-old, I look at his minor league numbers. They're fairly legit. For me, it's kind of the definition of a guy that whenever people hear this, I'm talking about it in sports world. COVID came at the worst time. Last year, he would have been 26, which is still like okay, like you're kind of a prospect. Here's your chance. In 2019, which that was, when did the Phillies bullpen fully stink? That was last year, right?
Last
that
year
was in 2019.
They were the worst bullpen of all time.
In 2019 in AAA, as a lefty, my guy Tyler Gilbert, he had 36 appearances with a 2.83 ERA. A lefty reliever. And he was 25 years old. So, you wonder, what does that look like? His career minor league numbers, he's got a 3.37 ERA in 403 innings. So, either way, I'm not saying that translates to necessarily being a lights-out reliever or whatever, but
clearly
an MLB opportunity,
level
opportunity at least. So he got that this year. I think he was in the Rule 5 draft. And D-backs call him up. He gets the start. And, just really cool, man. Really cool for my Snakes. Throws a no-no against the Padres. I don't think he was fully stretched out. He'd been coming out of the pen and stuff, but he throws, I think it was 102 bullets, something like that. And hey, the Diamondback season, there's not a ton of excitement
not
going
a lot
on right
they've
now.
been able to point to. But
So yeah, shout out to my guy. I know he's getting a ton of love, and he's going to get more love, and good. He deserves it. So good for him, man. I know we're very friendly with the Diamondback social media team, and they were kind of on cloud 9 because they haven't had a lot to run with lately per se. So yeah, congrats to Tyler Gilbert, man. Where's he at? He's from Cali, 6th round pick, USC. Not bad, man. Not bad.
That ain't bad.
Santa Barbara too. Guy is Livin, and I do want to give a shout out. I saw my guy Michael V in the chat talking about it. Kevin Kisner. There was a 6-man playoff for this weekend's golf event. So 6 dudes, 1 hole. BBD's Friday night, and the Kiz gets it. So a little double, but mostly Tyler Gilbert. BBD. Myself.
Well, I hate to kind of be a downer, bro, of the night. But I'm going to give it to Roger Federer. He's having knee surgery, he announced. Sounds like he's out the next couple big ones.
Wow.
Like he mentioned he hopes to come back at all. So we might be nearing the end of an era.
Wow, BBD. Did you just euthanize a goat?
And it was his words. He's 40.
He's 40. Wow. Yeah. People don't probably know how nuts that is.
He's 40. He's going to have, I don't know exactly what knee surgery he's having, but none of those are minor. And it sounded like it's a major one. I don't know if it's ACL, meniscus, whatever. I didn't look into it. I can find out so easy.
Federer's the goat, right?
I think so.
It's kind of not
his
a
third
debate.
ever surgery. He said he'll be out in many months.
People like Djokovic, and that's a thing.
Yeah.
I'm a club fed guy. If not Agassi for all-time swag and good tennis. Andre Agassi may be the number one swag meets being good at your sport. Does that make sense? I guess like Griffey. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thought process.
Opening line of the ESPN article about it. Roger Federer is going to miss the U.S. Open and be sidelined for what he said will be many months because he needs a third operation on his right knee, a procedure he said will leave him with a glimmer of hope that he can return to competition. So,
all right, so
look
how
out
about this?
For one more.
Yeah, let's root for like one more Roger Federer makes a final after his knee surgery.
Go out on
and
top.
We're watching that. I like that. Okay. Okay, BBD. Didn't see you going there. Wow. But
Saw a tweet yesterday, wrote it down.
wow. Hashtag felt all of that.
Yeah. Tatis is back, 2 homers.
Emotional.
Let's be happy.
God, what a freak. What an absolute freak. All right, Bakers. I love you. Deion Sanders for swag meets how good you are as an athlete. Yeah, that's that's pretty good. Bakers, you guys are the best. I think we might have a special Thursday episode.
Something.
And yeah, be on your toes because next week we need to like announce next week.
Yeah, I was wondering.
We still haven't done that.
Is next week a secret?
It is up until this.
We're
point.
somewhere else.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about that with our social. Next week is gonna be a fun one, people. So stay on your toes for that, and I think we're gonna have a fun episode drop this Thursday. So appreciate you guys. We might have a draft or something like that, and then go check out everything else on John Boy Media. Oh my God, I think they're recording Shea Station right now. Chris Rose Rotation. Who is it? Glasnow's back, right?
Post surgery.
Haven't listened to that. Interested. John Boy Jake TV, I think we're playing. Go check that out. We did some baseball, hockey. Pinstripe Strong. Let's go Yanks, babe. Talking baseball coming up. Talking Nets, talking Giants. They've been going every day. They were up here last week. The breakdowns, all of it. Farm to Fame, all of it. Everything on John Boy Media. Mansplain. Everything. Let's go. Let's have a good week. All right.